In this video, leaked footage, fresh updates, and shocking plot twists for Squid Game Season 3. Netflix started 2025 with exciting news for Squid Game fans, announcing that the popular series will return for its third season this year. The news came on January 1st, just a few days after the second season premiered on December 26, 2024. While this news already excited fans, what happened next got even more attention. Shortly after the announcement on Instagram, a teaser video titled Squid Game Season 3 2025 release appeared on Netflix's YouTube channel. The teaser revealed the release date for Season 3, June 27, 2025. However, the video was quickly removed, leaving fans to wonder if the date was leaked by accident or part of a clever marketing plan. Even though the teaser was taken down, fans quickly spread the date across social media, sharing their excitement. Netflix has not officially confirmed the June 27th release date yet, but the teaser's appearance has only added to the hype. Unlike the 3-year wait between Seasons 1 and 2, the 6-month gap before Season 3 feels surprisingly short for such a large-scale show. The creator, Jung-jae, explained why the seasons were so closely connected. He originally planned Seasons 2 and 3 as one long story, but it became too complicated to fit into a single season. He shared that Gi-hun's journey, including his rebellion and its failure, was too important to rush. Dividing the story into 2 seasons allowed these events to be explored fully, with Gi-hun's failed uprising and the loss of his best friend becoming a key climax in the first half of the narrative. During the 3-year production gap, Wang wrote a 14-episode arc that was split between the 2 seasons. This approach allowed both seasons to be created at the same time, making it possible for Season 3 to release so quickly after Season 2. Netflix's recent strategy of splitting seasons into parts has also influenced how Squid Game is being released. Typically, Netflix splits popular shows into 2 smaller batches of episodes released about a month apart. For Squid Game Season 3, however, all 7 episodes will come out just 6 months after Season 2, giving it the proper label of Season 3. Fans are eagerly waiting to see how the cliffhangers from Season 2 will be resolved. Meanwhile, Netflix seems to be balancing its busy schedule. The second half of 2025 will also bring to other major releases, the final season of Stranger Things and the second season of Wednesday. While these shows dominate Netflix's English-language content, Squid Game remains its most-watched series worldwide, continuing to be a global sensation. What events will we see in Season 3? Let's play a game. Write your one predicted event for Squid Game Season 3 in the comments. The next commenter has to reply with true or false and then share their own predicted event. This way, we'll see which events are most likely to happen and which ones are just fans' silly theories. Share your ideas in the comments, but here's one of the most possible ones. The theme of Squid Game Seasons 2 and 3 is said to be inspired by Sports Day, a tradition in Korean elementary schools. Sports Day, known as Undongho in Korean, is a long-standing tradition in Korean elementary schools. This event is typically held annually in the spring or fall and focuses on fostering teamwork, sportsmanship, and school spirit. The day is filled with a variety of games and activities, often featuring both individual and team-based competitions. Popular events include relay races, tug-of-war, and group jump rope, where students work together to achieve a common goal. Sack races, 3-legged races, and obstacle courses are also common, promoting cooperation and coordination. The event is designed not only to encourage physical activity but also to build relationships among students, teachers, and parents who often participate in games or attend as spectators. From the Season 3 teaser, it seems that first game in Season 3 will involve giant boy and girl robots. In the trailer, we only see a preview of this game, but many fans share that it looks like Jack and Jill game. In the role of Jill will be iconic doll Jung-jae from the Red Light Green Light game. In the role of Jack will be her boyfriend Chil-soo, a boy doll seen briefly in the trailer but who expected to play a key role in Season 3. Jung-jae and Chil-soo are inspired by characters from Korean school books. They symbolize childhood memories, with Jung-jae being the sweet friend and Chil-soo known as the mischievous troublemaker. Their Western equivalent is often compared to Jack and Jill, which has sparked a fan theory about a possible Season 3 game. The rules of the Jack and Jill game involve 2 players working together to climb a hill and reach a well. However, the Squid Game twist adds a deadly element to this seemingly simple concept. Played in pairs, much like the marble game in Season 1, the game requires teamwork but ultimately pits one player's survival against the others. Each pair begins their journey at the bottom of a hill, with the ultimate goal of reaching the well at the top. To move forward, players roll colored dice, which determine their next step up the hill. The path seems straightforward, but the real tension builds once a player reaches the top. At the well, players must spin a wheel that decides their fate. A spin landing on well allows them to stay in place, bringing them closer to winning. However, a spin landing on bucket forces them back to the bottom, undoing their progress and testing their patience. The challenge grows even darker when it becomes clear that only one player in each pair can survive. While the game begins with teamwork, it soon pits partners against each other, forcing them to make impossible choices. But while the theory about this game has gained attention, nothing has been officially confirmed. Another type of game that may involve two giant dolls may be a jump rope. In Season 1 and 2 we saw that Jung-jae doll is very active and can move her hands actively. That hint on the moment that she and her boyfriend may spin the jump rope. Whole players in groups will have to jump a certain number of times, following a classic kids game. Players may have to compete in teams of 5 to 10, and their survival would depend on perfectly timed jumps. If they miss, the deadly rope could strike them. This game feels similar to the tug-of-war from Season 1, where the entire group had to create a strong strategy to survive, or they would all be killed. Another possible new game for Season 3 could be the Monkey Bars game, which was hinted at by the wall designs in the player's room. You may remember how in Season 1, as the bets disappeared based on players' deaths, the walls revealed the games the players had to go through. The Monkey Bars game might follow a similar concept to the glass bridge from Season 1. In its traditional form, players must swing from bar to bar using their hands, moving across a horizontal structure without falling. The goal is to reach the other side without touching the ground. The game is straightforward but challenging, especially as it relies on upper body strength and careful timing. So players will be required to swing across bars in a high and dangerous location, possibly with a time limit. Throughout Season 2, we saw how after each game, players split into two large groups: those who wore circle badges and voted to continue playing, and those with cross badges who voted to quit the games. Most likely, in the Monkey Bars game, the players will be divided into two groups based on their X and O badges from earlier votes. The challenge could become chaotic if a player at the front hesitates, forcing those behind them to either push them forward or knock them off the rope to keep moving. So far, in Season 2, we've seen 3 games: Red Light, Green Light, the 6-legged race, and Mingle. It seems likely there will be at least 2 more games before reaching the final Squid Game. Which game most likely take place? Share your versions in the comments. But if we can predict specific kids' games, the next events in Season 3 may surprise you. There are many theories about what might happen in Season 3. One idea suggests that Gi-hun, after his failed rebellion in Season 2, is not killed but instead forced to watch the players compete. This would be a way to teach him the consequences of his actions. If this theory is true, the games in Season 3 could be even more brutal than before. There's also speculation about player 246, Park Jong-seok, the father of the little girl suffering from blood cancer. Some believe that his character might not have been killed during the events of Season 2. A woman in a pink suit was seen watching him closely, possibly guiding him and ensuring his survival. It's possible that his death during the rebellion was staged, and with the help of this woman, he could be released. Exactly, player 246 might escape from the island and assist the police officer in finding the location of the games. But one of the most popular theories of Season 3 is that Gi-hun could become the new front man of Deadly Games. This idea has sparked mixed opinions, but some think that witnessing the cruelty of the games might change Gi-hun's view of humanity. He might come to believe that people are naturally cruel, which could lead him to take on the role of the front man. Even though it's hard to believe in this theory, one of Jung-jae's recent interviews on the Jimmy Fallon show sparked interest to this version. During the interview, the actor was invited to play a game and press the O and X buttons to answer questions about future seasons. When asked if he would become the next front man of the Deadly Games, the actor pressed both buttons, increasing the level of curiosity. While these are just theories, they have created a lot of excitement about what lies ahead in Squid Game Season 3. And what facts were missed in this video? Share in comments your theories and be sure to watch next video.